It is our birthday. We are 5 years old, and we'll have a special celebration. Also, the very latest in the Tonya Harding case on Inside Edition. Straight ahead.
We got the story.
Next place is Chicago. We gotta go live. With Tonya Harding's bodyguard and another man under arrest, the controversy around the skater is mounting. Some family members offer support, but others do not.
I think she's very arrogant. I think her nose is about 15 feet above her head. She needs to bring it back down and smell the dirt.
We're going in. And today, a very special Inside Edition. 5 years of incredible images and events that you will never forget.
Go up to the door, point a gun like this.
5 years of being first with the exclusive interviews from the people that you wanted to hear from.
Had he taken the original route, which he was intended for him to take, he might have been saved.
If you push me one more time, I'm going to have you arrested.
5 years of the hard-hitting investigations that you needed to see, even though some tried very hard to make sure you didn't. 5 years of the special stories that made you laugh and made you cry. The kind of stories that made you glad you're alive. Today, a birthday celebration brings out the best of Inside Edition.
2, 1. Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching Inside Edition today, and happy birthday to us. Inside Edition is 5 years old this week, and like most 5-year-olds, we are celebrating in a big way. In just a few moments, we will show you some blasts from our past, and some of these clips are amazing, so we hope you'll stay with us. But first, with the arrest of her bodyguard, attention now is turned to Olympic skater Tonya Harding. Some in her family are supporting her, but others are painting a very unflattering picture of Tonya. Jeff Cole with our report.
As the shocking arrest in the Kerrigan attack fall into place, more details of Tonya Harding's turbulent life off the ice are being revealed. We talked with two of Harding's cousins.
She's like a heartless person, I think.
And a woman who says Tonya viciously attacked her.
I thought this woman was going to kill me.
These people paint a dark picture of Portland's local hero. Today, Harding's bodyguard, Sean Eckert, and the alleged driver of the getaway car, Derek Bryan Smith, are both in jail, and more arrests are expected. Portland's Oregonian newspaper reported today that police suspect Smith's nephew, Shane Stant, actually carried out the attack, and that police are searching for him. The paper also said that authorities are still investigating whether Harding's ex-husband, Jeff Gillooly, hatched the plot. This morning, Harding and her ex-husband were in hiding. Tonya's mother is standing by her daughter, saying in a statement, "I'm very proud of Tonya." But other members of Tonya's family aren't as supportive.
I think she's very arrogant. I think her nose is about 15 feet above her head. She needs to bring it back down and smell the dirt.
David Kellogg and Dana Robinson are Tonya Harding's first cousins.
When I ran into her a couple of months ago, man, she treated me like I was just like I was a nobody. It's a very graceful, artistic sport, and ladies belong in that sport.
And you're
not brats, not bad attitudes.
Tonya's cousins also have harsh words for Jeff Gillooly, Tonya's live-in ex-husband. The couple divorced last August and then reconciled.
I'd heard that he'd become real physical with her and hitting her and stuff.
The problems that may have tormented Tonya Harding seemed to come to the surface during a driving incident over 2 years ago. A woman driver claims that Tonya came after her with a baseball bat and then slugged her with her fist, all because the woman would not turn right on red.
She hit me in the eye. She slugged me in the eye.
She slugged you in the eye?
Yes.
38-year-old Kay Brooks is a mild-mannered Portland school bus driver and mother of two. She remembers her confrontation with Portland's famous ice queen.
I was at a red light. She came up behind me. She started giving me finger gestures. Apparently, she wanted me to turn, and I wouldn't turn because I couldn't see. She came over to my car door, saying all kinds of different things, opened up my car door, slapped me. The glasses flew off.
She backhanded you?
Yes.
She had a baseball bat in hand.
She came back at me. She reached into the back of the truck, the bed of the truck, got the bat back out, and came back at me. And then she had it all lowered down, it was like she was going to bust the headlights on my front of my car. And at that point, a police officer had pulled up behind me and said something like, ma'am, please put the bat down now.
No charges against Harding were made. The bat incident came as no surprise to Harding's cousins. They say they've known about Tanya's mean streak for a long time.
She's a mean person.
When Nancy Kerrigan was first assaulted, what did you think?
The only person that ever had anything to gain from this would have been Tanya. You know, Nancy Kerrigan's the only one around that can beat her, and she knows that. And I don't think she's involved in that, but somebody around her, you know, we thought was involved in that.
I will prove to everyone that I am number one.
Yesterday, the U.S. Olympic Committee said despite all the controversy, Harding's status is still unchanged, and that she'll be at the '94 Olympic Games with Nancy Kerrigan. She continues to recover from her injury, but many believe, including some members of Tanya's family, that even if she wins the gold medal, Tanya Harding will never win the hearts of America.
They're going to love the gold medal, but are they going to love her? I don't think so.
And the FBI announced today that Shane Stan, alleged to have been Nancy Kerrigan's attacker, turned himself into authorities in Phoenix. And also today, Miss Kerrigan held a press conference. Here are some highlights.
Just that actually this week I wasn't going to be training, so we'll see how my knee feels and how I am on the ice. And it just is probably a week or two setback, you know, slow training. So I don't think it should be much at all.
Nancy, what is your reaction to the arrests and this whole? You said earlier it's like an interesting story if you were in the middle of it.
I really can't say anything about that.
Nancy, without talking specifically about the arrest, it's been such a bizarre week. Do you ever think this has been unbelievable? Why Maple?
No, not at all. Why would someone hit me? Yeah, but that's about it.
You know the answer to that question yet?
Pardon me?
Do you know the answer to that question?
I don't think I could ever understand the answer because I can't think that viciously.
Besides the physical setback, what sort of mental setback, if any, is there as a result of that accident?
I would hope to believe it's a one-time thing and it's not going to happen again, so I really don't have any kind of setback. Mentally, once my knee's all repaired, I'll just be working really hard for the Olympics.
Of course, we will continue to investigate this story, and we'll have another report on Monday. Coming next, get set for a big birthday bash, the best of Inside Edition as we turn 5 years old. is hard to believe, but Inside Edition began 5 years ago this week. The odds against any new TV show succeeding are about 20-1, and very few programs stay on the air for 5 years. Somehow, we have made it. And so today, we'd like to show you some of the moments and some of the faces that we can never forget, and hear from the Inside Edition reporters who brought you these stories. Here's Matt Mahar.
I was just somebody watching somebody getting hurt. It didn't relate that it was actually me.
Extraordinary people.
I felt like I was tormented, I was driven, I was falling apart.
Incredible moments.
He told me just go up to the door, point a gun like this.
Amazing stories. Over the years, Inside Edition has often been the first and only to bring you riveting tales of the heroes and villains of our time, as only they can tell them.
If I couldn't keep them there with me whole, at least I felt that I could keep their skeletons.
Could someone like you be stopped? Could you be helped?
No, I was dead set on going with this compulsion.
We love telling stories. I'm a storyteller. My colleagues are storytellers. Surely a lot of the things we do are breaking news, but what makes it important, what makes it compelling to the viewer is that human element, that human dimension. What are the emotions happening there?
I was watching the news, and it said a young woman contracted AIDS from a dentist. And as I was watching it, I said, my gosh, I said, that's me.
Kimber Gallus really was who you saw on television. She was intelligent, she was articulate, she was sweet, and she was on a mission. And I will really never forget interviewing her.
If there's one thing we have discovered, it's that ordinary people are thrust into the spotlight in many different ways. Some because they're survivors.
Man, who knows what these guys went through? That's not to excuse their behavior, but you know, anyone who gets hammered on long enough is going to retaliate sooner or later.
For others, the notoriety comes from their own devastating acts, like David Berkowitz, the infamous Son of Sam killer, who gave us an exclusive glimpse inside the mind of a monster.
I did shed innocent blood. I hurt people that didn't deserve to be hurt, and so what the hell if I take the rap for 2 or 10?
But we've brought you more than just the famous.
I said I'll be back. I am back.
And the infamous. We've brought you everyday people struggling to overcome incredible odds.
How in the world am I going to go home and tell her that she only has 3 to 5 years to live? I couldn't do it.
The best part of this job, doing stories that everyone else hears about. I'm actually there, talking to the people, finding out what's going on. I'm there where it's happening.
They've already taken so much away from me, I'm not going to give up. I want them to hurt like I hurt.
We were there when a little boy was able to hear for the very first time. And when a mother came home from war.
I really enjoy the rare opportunity we all have here at Inside Edition to affect people directly through the television, whether it's one person or millions of people that we reach every single day.
An Inside Edition story is about people. It's about emotion. It's about the things people go through, good and bad, and how we can all learn from them.
Oh my God! And over the years, our contributing reporters have brought us stories that mattered to them and to you. And from famous faces to far-flung places, you could say Inside Edition has been there, done that.
For the bush vet who lives deep in the Hawaiian jungle,
Somalia's capital city of Mogadishu. Many Alaskans are saying their state can never recover.
Millions of miles.
All right, this is the place.
And thousands of stories. Over the past 5 years, the Inside Edition team has jetted to the places and the events.
Coming up next, we're going to take you right into the eye of Hurricane Emily. Stay tuned.
That change our lives and shape our entire world.
Been to Africa, to Kenya. I've been on safari in the Masai Mara.
In the South Pacific, in New Zealand, and Asia.
All over the country, all over the world.
Dateline Germany. It was the symbol that represented years of hostility between East and West. and there were touching stories in the remains of the crumbling walls.
A beautiful day for us. I'm only 27 years old, but it's fantastic.
It was like watching history unfold right before your eyes. It's happening right in front of you, and you're there and you get to document it, tell it, absorb it your way, and send it back to America via satellite for 12 million people to watch it and get your take on the liberation of Germany.
Dateline Kuwait, where all the rules of war changed. And Inside Edition changed the way America saw war.
How you doing, Colonel?
Hi.
So what's our mission today? We were looking for the stories that no one else was doing. One story in particular that we did featured an aircraft in particular, C-130 Hercules transport plane. As our plane landed, gasoline trucks rushed up to begin the fuel transfer.
But this global jetting doesn't always take us overseas. Sometimes the world's hottest stories are in the places we know best, our own backyard.
How does it make you feel to be here seeing this happening?
Oh! Well, it makes you mad naturally because you work hard to build something else.
It was really an interesting, remarkable moment. We're conducting an interview, and people are ripping this guy off, and he's feeling, you know, very helpless to do anything about it.
When Mother Nature calls, Inside Edition will also be there from one coast to the other. Natural disasters have proven who's in charge.
And this literally was a war zone. It was an experience that affected me because I had never seen destruction on that scale. Everywhere you looked, everything was leveled.
People all up and down the Mississippi are fearful tonight that something like this could happen in their neighborhood.
But wherever it is,
the people who live here in East Oakland are just...
It's never too far for a story. Now, people always ask me about my frequent flyer miles. Let me put it this way. I could stay up in the air for 3 years just circling the globe. And next, we'll continue our birthday celebration with a look at the stories that set us apart, our investigations.
Okay, we're going.
What is this about?
It's about how fast you're driving.
What are you doing renting a juvenile?
Get out of here!
Travel arranged through Continental. One airline can make a difference. One pass lets you earn free travel faster than any other airline. That's the difference on Continental.
On Tuesday, an FBI agent kills his mistress, and only a guilty conscience kept him from getting away with it. When we started out 5 years ago, there were just 2 network news magazines on the air, 60 Minutes and 2020. Now there are 225, at least it seems that way. Some believe the hard-hitting investigative reports on Inside Edition are the core of our influence and success, and people certainly have taken notice. Rick Kirkham gives us a look back at some of the stories and reporters that have made a difference.
From the start, Inside Edition set out to create the best investigative team around. And to the dismay of con men everywhere, we succeeded. Armed with determination, know-how, a hidden camera, and an attitude, Inside Edition's award-winning I-Team doesn't let up and doesn't back down.
If you push me one more time, I'm going to have you arrested.
Some don't see us coming, and others would rather we leave. But time after time, Inside Edition's investigations have uncovered the story behind the stories that affect people's lives. When we set our sights, no one is immune. Our Steve Wilson did what every driver dreams of. He pulled over some speeding cops.
What is this about? It's about how fast you're driving.
Steve likes to put on the squeeze, especially when he's got the goods on the bad guy.
We used a hidden camera, and I sat down next to him. I told him my name was Steve Wilson, and I asked him a lot of questions, which he answered very frankly. Then we told him that this was part of a report and who we were, and I guess that was the most surprising, to see what he was really like versus what he looked like.
I'm going to bring some ratings, we sell some commercials, and make some money for your Jews in New York.
And our Matt Mahar doesn't take rejection too kindly.
What are you doing renting to juveniles?
Get out of here!
Why don't you require identification from these kids?
His one pet peeve is when people don't tell the truth.
No, it's a scam. Why'd you do it?
People don't have to talk to us, but there certainly are people who owe the public an explanation. Corrupt officials, people who have blatantly stole money from consumers. They owe people an answer, and we're pretty successful at getting that answer.
Again and again, we've gone undercover to take you places no one else can. Exposing blatant health violations inside a turkey plant, or the heartless puppy mill that churns out dogs for profit. We showed you what lurks behind some hotel walls, and the motel help who help themselves.
No sofa.
Inside Edition's investigations have made a difference. After our expose on fraudulent contour chairs, they were withdrawn from the marketplace. We brought the danger of this GM pickup truck to national attention before anyone else.
I plan to keep fighting in any way I can to win my freedom.
And helped free an innocent woman from jail.
You came and I'm on my way home. That says a lot for Inside Edition.
But when all is said and done, our reporters have only one request. Please don't touch the camera.
Perhaps the greatest compliment paid to Inside Edition comes from the network news magazines. We often see our stories redone on those broadcasts weeks after we air the original report. We kind of like that. And Inside Edition will be right back.
There's a porcupine in my throat.
Sore throats hurt. That's why we introduced Triaminic Sore Throat Formula. The new children's medicine made for coughs and colds with sore throats. Triaminic, just tell us where it hurts.
I try to ignore my sensitive teeth, but hot and cold foods hurt.
That's why dentists recommend Sensodyne toothpaste to help stop pain and build protection against future pain every day.
Thanks, Sensodyne.
Trust Sensodyne, the dentist's recommendation for sensitive teeth.
So people with severe dry skin really suffer.
Yes, itching, redness, soreness. Their hands crack. Their chapped, rough, flaky.
Well, can't you control those problems with moisture?
Well, there's really more to it than moisture. That's why Vaseline developed Dermasil, which also adds lipids.
Which are?
Which are found in healthy skin. You see, lipids help dry skin heal itself.
Introducing Dermasil, a breakthrough from Vaseline Pharmaceutical Research.
Dermasil lotion sounds like medicine.
It is medicine.
And here's what's upcoming on Inside Edition.
She has a right to be outraged.
He used my money to set him up in a business that he could steal money from every day.
Now she's telling her story so it won't happen to you. A chef who cooked up a recipe of deceit.
Also on Monday, more on the Nancy Kerrigan story. And on our 5th birthday, we'd especially like to thank you, our viewers. Also, the people who create Inside Edition every day. I'm Bill O'Reilly. We'll see you on Monday.
Has become the Picasso.
Hello, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Coming up on Inside Edition, an FBI agent kills his mistress, and only a guilty conscience kept him from getting away with it. Please stay tuned for Inside Edition. Hello, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Coming up after the news, an FBI agent kills his mistress, and only a guilty conscience kept him from getting away with it. Please stay tuned for Inside Edition. Thanks, Jerry and Patton. Coming up after First 9 News, an FBI agent kills his mistress, and only a guilty conscience kept him from getting away with it. Please stay tuned for Inside Edition.